and welcome to episode 31 of Impacted, coming to you live via the Total Nonstop Impact Network. I am your host, Bison, and today I'm joined by the TNI-UK team of Simply Steve and the Joe-Ker. Hello, chaps. How are we doing?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. How about you, Steve?
Yeah, we're all good this end. Cheers.
Yeah, it's good.
Fantastic. I think we're having a few issues with connectivity today, but we are doing our best. We're going to troop through this. Fingers crossed, we don't have too many issues once we get going, and everyone can enjoy it. I'm not sure if we got too many. We got anyone in the chat yet? Have we got anyone joining us at the moment, guys? Can we see? Let's have a look. Who've we got? Stream Elements, by the looks of it. I don't know what that's going on there. There's someone there now live. We're live. Okay, so at
CM
this point,
Chris, hello.
I just want to...
Or is that you, Chris?
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, we got
Chris.
someone. See if I can find a way to mute this quick.
they're all coming in now. They're all coming on.
Good.
Here they come. Here they come. They're all coming in. Okay, so at this point, can I ask that you all give us a good thumbs up now to get that out there, get that out of the way. If you're new to the show, don't forget to hit subscribe button. Give that bell a little tickle to never miss any of the great content coming out each and every single week from TNI-UK and, of course, the US teams as well. So, I mean, make sure you get that done now. There's something like just tickle that bell, because we never want to miss. You never want to miss any of that great content. It's really important that we do that. Guys. So there's a lot. I think there's a lot that's actually been going on this week, isn't there? There's actually been quite a lot going on this week. So what I'm going to do is, while we're just waiting for a few people to come in, let's have a chat. What have you been up to this week, Steve?
Personally, not a lot. Just keeping up with a lot that's been going on with Impact, haven't we? You know, we've had Undersiege this week. We had, and then we've had a lot of news coming out. So yeah, and then a few other things which we'll go into a bit later. So yeah, just mainly trying to keep up with everything.
Oh yes, it's been a busy week. It's been a good week.
I have noticed, Steve. We are definitely choppy today. We're definitely choppy. I've noticed today that you are sporting a brand spanking new TNI t-shirt there, my friend.
It is great.
Hey, look at that. That's a cracking shirt, available on Pro Wrestling Tees. Yeah, it's a great shirt. How many of you guys out there have managed to purchase that bad boy? Let us know in the chat. I'd be interested in how many people have bought that one, because it is a cracking shirt. Looking forward to getting mine. Actually, it's actually in my cart at the moment. It's in my cart at the moment, waiting to be purchased, waiting for the next 20%, big deal to come out, and then I'll be buying all of that. So, and what about you, Joe? What have you been up to?
I've had my second COVID jab yesterday. Apart from that, over the last week, I don't know if some of you have seen that. Steve and myself.
Good.
Steve and myself have also joined WrestleBuddy and become writers to there. So by all means, head over to their website and check out Steve and myself. We both done our first article last week. So I hope you guys check that out and give me some feedback, because I've got a tweet out already with what I'm covering next. So and I would like some feedback on that before I get started writing that one.
Yeah, that's interesting stuff. I mean, it's wrestlebuddy.com. Feel free to head over there, check out some of the great articles they've got going on with regards to Impact. If you're an E fan, then there's stuff on there. AEW, New Japan, there's lots of stuff on there. But it looks like the TNI UK boys are getting in there with a lot of the Impact articles. It's a great way for us to sort of kind of get some more stuff out there. And I think it's great to see both Steve and Joe getting involved in that. So head over to WrestleBuddy, check out the articles on there. I always say also, actually, Steve, if you could just pop in the chat the web address, and then people could check that out at some point, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and then they could check or put maybe a link to your articles at least. That'd be quite good. Just head on over there, check that out. I think it's really cool thing for us to be getting involved in. Great bunch of guys that don't get involved in all of the sort of kind of dirt sheet rubbish. In fact, that was one of the stipulations. We said we would happily write some articles as long as it wasn't based around, just basically making crap up. We wanted to do some proper articles, some discussions about, what we feel about Impact Wrestling, and they were cool with that. And it's great to have Joe and Steve on board doing that. So make sure you support the guys. Always head over to their Twitter feeds as well, because you'll always get the opportunity to follow them. They'll always posting the stuff up there, so you'll never miss any of that as well. So that's really good. So I'm actually really proud of them, because the first two articles that have come out this week I thought were absolutely fantastic. So I couldn't recommend enough you guys going and checking those out.
Yeah.
So that's WrestleBuddy.com. Okay, so let's have a little chat about some of the some of them. Well, let's get stuck in to Joker's news and rumors. Why don't we get stuck into that?
All right, we'll start off with the bad news first. Eddie Edwards has apparently got appendicitis, and while he was at the last set of tapings being under siege, he might be at this set of tapings. It's not been confirmed yet, but he might be going in for surgery. We're not sure when, but should he go into surgery, he will be out for 2 to 4 months. So, wish Eddie Edwards all the best there.
Oh,
but if Eddie Edwards is knocked off if Eddie Edwards is knocked off anytime soon, he'll be back by Bound for Glory. So just keep that in mind, guys. So all the other rumors about what's happening with Eddie Edwards and Alicia Edwards can go out the window straight away.
That's true, actually. Yeah, there's a lot of sort of kind of like weird stuff that's being sort of banded around. So yeah, it's a bit strange, but we definitely wish Eddie all the best. It's quite an invasive operation, I believe. Having your appendix out. So good luck to him. And let's hopefully we'll see him back as soon as possible. What else you got there, Joe?
We got confirmation from Tommy Dreamer that more talent from New Japan Wrestling is coming in. He hasn't said who, and he hasn't said when, but more talent from New Japan Wrestling is definitely coming in. And one guy I've got in mind,
fantastic.
One guy I've got in mind instantly is Okada, given how things are going with Don Callis and Kenny Omega. So we could be getting Okada back. We could be getting Great Muta possibly in. We could. I'm hoping also, if you guys check my article out, you'll see which guy from New Japan Wrestling I think is going to come in, and I'll give you the heads up now. I think it might be Taiji Ishimori is someone I'd like to see come back in.
That would be pretty cool. What do you think of that, Steve?
Yeah. It would be cool. The only thing I'm thinking of is, from what I hear, the rates of the like COVID and that are getting a bit higher in Japan. So are the borders kind of getting a bit sort of more closed off in Japan and that, like they are in Mexico? So would it have to be Japan talent that are stranded a little bit more in America, like we had with El Phantasmo and Finjuice?
Yeah, sorry, 2 seconds, Steve. 2 seconds. I'm getting a little bit of information. I'm getting a little bit of information coming in. Hang on. I think we might have a guest.
Ooh.
I think it looks like we might have a guest.
What's going on?
Hang on. Who is it? Oh my God! It's Jake Crist, everyone.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
How you boys doing?
This is fantastic. How you doing, Jake?
I'm loving the weather in good old Dayton, Ohio. How are you guys?
Oh, I'm blown away, man.
Good, cheers, man.
Great. We're doing good over this. Well, I'll tell you what, mate. You're loving the weather. Over here, it's pissing down, man. It's raining like nobody's tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm actually really jealous.
Well, I mean, I would be too. Shit. Look how great this weather is around here. Woo!
Mate, woo! It looks fantastic. And I'll tell you what, you're looking super cool in those bad boy glasses as well.
Oh, thank you, man. My future's so bright.
I know That's true. That's true. Now, listen, recently you had an injury in a match, didn't you, Jake?
Oh, no, it's not gone, is he?
Is he there?
No,
is he still there?
He's still there. He's...
Can you hear us, Jake?
He's still there.
Yeah.
Oh no! I think the connection's not too great.
Oh,
have we lost him? Have we lost that? Have we lost the artist?
No, we can't lose Modern Man in Black. No.
Absolutely superb to see you guys. Superb to see you, Jake. It's been so long, and I know that a lot of the TNI guys in the chat are absolutely missing you a lot.
What?
Already, we could. Already, there's loads of comments coming in the chat.
You're talking about my the little cut on my head.
Yes, you ended up having to cut your hair off because you had a bit of a cut on your head, didn't you?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh man, I think we've got a choppy connection today. That's for sure. Jake, that's it. Maybe we'll get him to reconnect. How well? I know it's obviously not working out too good at the minute, but it was good to see Jake. Hopefully, he'll come back in a second. How cool was that, guys?
Oh my god, I had him coming down for one of my potential wild cards for Slammiversary. I didn't expect to see him come. Oh my god!
Damn ICU.
Yeah,
I wanted to be a little surprise for you guys that Jake was going to come in and make a little appearance. Hopefully he'll jump back in a second. But we all know that Jake is a legend. I wanted him to sort of kind of like talk about what he's up to at the moment. And where we could possibly get to see him. I know he's doing a lot of stuff on the indies in the US at the moment, working really, really hard on his character and busting his ass in the gym.
Definitely doing well to build himself back up, isn't he?
He is. I love his new ring attire. Have you seen his new jacket?
Yes. I saw the end to one of his last matches on his Instagram. He's got this kendo stick and he's reworked it into like a music video. He's I don't know who he's facing. He's whacking him in the back with this kendo stick, and it's all playing out like a music video. It's just it's great to see he's found his zone again. You know, he's back to the Crist we all know and love. And oh my god, I hope he comes back because that was just amazing.
That was cool, wasn't it? Hey. I'm glad to hear it. I wanted it to be a surprise for everybody. I thought it'd be really nice. As this is now sort of kind of like the first kind of official, because we're going live every week now, guys. So I just thought, with it being that first live one, it'd be cool to get someone on. It looks like Jake's back.
I'm back.
How you doing?
Jake, are you back, my friend?
I'm back. I can hear you guys. Sorry about that.
Don't worry.
I was asking you about your injury on your head.
Oh, yeah. That sucked. That's why I'm all nice and clean shaven. Look at that. Oh, about to get a cut again.
Oh, man. Is it healing okay?
Oh, yeah. It healed all fine. I just super glued it. It's perfectly fine. It's probably fine.
Probably.
Oh, fair play. Yeah, you can't be a bit of super glue. You can't be a bit of super glue.
That's why. Top notch. That's
now,
why
listen,
you don't
Jake.
see any more black hair.
Probably better than
Fair enough. Now, listen, Jake. Tell us what you've been up to recently. where can we get hold of? Where can we see you? Where can we see you kicking ass?
Oh man, IWA Mid-South, basically all over the country. As it's starting to open back up, you'll start to see more and more independent companies start to open their doors. But during the whole pandemic, I've been wrestling at IWA Mid-South, AAW in Chicago.
That's fantastic. That's Trent's where Trent works, isn't it?
Oh
man, the connection is so choppy today. So choppy today. I think it must be the weather issues we've got here in the UK. I mean, I'm looking at the sky now and it's absolutely black.
Everywhere, man.
Oh man, the buffering's terrible today. I'm absolutely gutted. I'm absolutely gutted. I'll tell you what we'll do, Jake. Maybe you could try and join us next week and we can have a proper chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think we're gonna get much of a conversation with Jake today. I'm absolutely gutted. I'm absolutely gutted. It was great to have Jake on. I will continue to correspond with Jake. Hopefully we can get him on again, maybe next week or the week after, whenever he's free. I know he's got a dinner date with some friends today, so we only had him for about sort of 10-15 minutes, unfortunately. I'm absolutely gutted. Sorry about that, guys. I don't think it's going to work, is it, today? Absolutely gutted.
Oh, damn.
No.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just keep moving on. So, definitely. So, we got through the. So we got the more coming from New Japan. Have we got anyone that we think that we might be interested in seeing?
Yeah, I've Taji Ishimori is one I'd like to see come in. I'd like to see Taji Ishimori come back.
Yeah, that would be good.
You know, when Don Callis and Kenny Omega
definitely
we're together talking about the Bullet Club.
I'd like to see Will Ospreay, to be fair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he made a couple of appearances when they went to England, didn't he? And that was
Steve,
that was some great matches. To be honest, I'm happy to see I don't know the New Japan roster too well, but I'm happy to see anyone come over and give a try. I didn't know anything about El Phantasmo, but he's been great since he's been over here.
Yeah, Phantasmo has been fantastic. You know, I knew the name, and I've seen a little bit of what he could do in the ring. I saw some highlights of him and Will Ospreay. And my God, when we go into his match later on, it was just so awesome. He's such an incredible talent. I'd love to see him and Josh Alexander go at it again, as they've said they will do. I can't wait for that to happen. We're having a bit of issues here, guys, with the Bison, and so I'll cap off the news. The last item of interest I've really got is there's a lot of speculation about what's happening next with Don Callis, because he's been taken off of the Impact Wrestling webpage now completely. He's not an alumni. He's apparently not listed as as one of the company's products producers or anything like that. So what's your thoughts on this, guys? Do you think that Don Callis has actually gone from the company, or do you think this is all a work? You know, because Scott D'Amore and Don Callis had a back and forth at Under Siege, and I need to watch that again and actually hear what they were saying, because I was just laughing too much now at Scott D'Amore's reaction to Don Callis. So it's hard to take Scott D'Amore seriously whenever you see him, because you know something really good, really heated is going to happen. So I'm going to have to watch that back again. But I think it was really his what hinting that Don Callis has just turned his back on the company there and building the heat up there. So I'd like to know what you guys think. Do you think this Don Cast has actually gone, or hey, we've got the Modern Man in Black back. How you
Sorry,
doing?
guys.
That's all right. How are you?
My issue or your guys' issue? I'm thinking it's your guys'.
I think it's an issue on Bison's end because his connection's just gone down again.
Oh, well, it's totally his fault.
Yeah.
Everything is his fault.
Yeah, you know, we're passing the blame on to Sami Callahan. You never know; he might be still doing something. But
You never know.
You never.
He
know.
might be trying to hack you.
I know, that's a damn Sammy. He's hacking the studio. He's hacking my phone.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, so where are you now? We know you're at AEW. Where else are you? Where are you going around?
Like I said, as the United States is opening up, more and more independent companies will open their doors, I'm sure, and you'll see my name pop up more and more regular than you have during the pandemic.
Yeah, that's good. Any slim chance that we might blow you towards Slammiversary, or is it? Or am I just?
I don't think that's. I don't think that's in the cards at all.
You never know where the wind blows.
Where did you sort of come up with the idea of like this character that you've now sort of portrayed? You know, come up with like the Modern Man in Black and everything.
Oh man, I don't even do that no more.
Oh, you don't know?
That ain't even a thing. Where have you?
I still see you posting sort of things about it.
Oh no! Like I dropped that probably 4 or 5 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, the Modern Man in Black was about the dark times you were all going through, and now that everything's lifting up. Yeah, I watched your interview with Bison.
Yep, and then during as everything was just starting to brighten up for me, I just kind of dropped that. Plus, I look really, really good in red. I don't know if you guys seen that, but I look tremendous in that red gear. So why not? Why just limit to my palette, just the color black? You know what I mean? So why not just open it up to all different colors? I actually got purple gear now too that I'm waiting to break out. So starting to
I saw the red and just assumed you were combining them.
Yeah, it's like a. Sorry, you go, Steve.
Sorry, I saw like your new like sort of red gear and just sort of like assumed maybe it was a Modern Man in Black but with a bit of color.
Oh no! It's just like I said, I can't be the modern red and black, right? Modern man in red.
No.
I guess I could.
Any favorite opponents you've taken on so far in the Indies? Any real highlight matches you should be looking out for?
Aaron Williams has probably been my biggest and greatest rivalry throughout my whole career. The more I think about it, been wrestling that dude for the last probably 15, 16 years. I would look out for Aaron Williams, a guy named John Wayne Murdoch on the deathmatch scene. Me and him has been killing it as of late. And a guy named Corey Storm, he's been catching my eye as of late. He's a young talent, IWA Mid-South. Let's keep an eye out on him for him too.
Oh, it's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, do you have any sort of like, as you're going from promotion to promotion, do you have any sort of like, I'd love to work for that promotion and love to kind of go for that title, like independently?
Not necessarily at this point. With what I'm doing is I just want to clean up the wrestling business, and I'm going to send them to whichever. I'm going to send them to meet their maker, pretty much. I've been baptizing fools with the kendo stick. I've been loving and enjoying what I've been doing with that. So if I have an opportunity to get somebody down and let them meet their maker, I'm going to give them the opportunity to do that.
Fair play.
That's brilliant. It's the intimidation factor is back. Like it's like when you first come into Impact Wrestling, you know, there was that intimidation factor that you were someone not to be messed with.
Oh yeah, I mean that's one thing I'm trying to get back to is, you know, I think the whole buzz cut and you know, the whole kendo stick and getting them down on their knees right before I give them a good whacking.
Yeah,
because like I said, everybody needs a good whacking when they do something dumb, and you know, in my opinion, everyone that's been baptized by me so far has deserved to get that whack.
Yeah, I saw that Instagram post you did, and your, one of your last matches, you with the baptism, you turned it into like a music video. That made me chuckle, seeing that justice being done, and knowing that you'd come up on top.
Hey, can everybody hear me? I'm just going to sneak in there. Can I be heard?
Yes, you can be heard.
Yes.
Yes. Fantastic. Hello, brother.
Seems whenever more than 3 people are in the chat goes all buggy.
Oh, is it me? Is it me?
No,
am I ruining it today?
No, I don't think it's you. I think it's the program itself. I don't know. I'm no tech expert. Should we push on?
I think we need to push on.
Right. We've gone over. We want your thoughts actually. What do you think about this whole Don Callis situation?
Well, are you talking to me or are you talking to Steve?
Yeah, to you. To both of you, really. I want your opinion on the Don Callis situation.
You know, at the end of the day, I think it's interesting to see how this is all sort of kind of playing out. I think that if you have been watching the show over the past several weeks, you will see that they have been building a storyline along the lines of Don needs to sort of kind of like, is he the EVP of Impact or is he Kenny Omega's manager? We even had a scenario where there was a backstage segment where Scott literally says, along the lines, you've got to make a decision. Are you the executive vice president of Impact Wrestling or are you Kenny Omega's manager? And all of a sudden we start to get this, oh, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Don is not on the Anthem website anymore.
Yeah.
Personally, I think it's all part and parcel of the kayfabe storyline. Or it is real, but this is how they're sort of kind of like, this is how we believe in the company, if that makes sense. The man in black is back.
He's not the man in black no more. Get it right.
What's up, Bison? Is that your fault or what?
Oh, man, I don't know what's going on.
Every time you jump back on, something happens.
Mate, yeah, I don't know. Maybe like Sammy's in the background or something.
Oh, we've already covered that. Yeah.
The legend, without doubt.
Talking about Muda.
Jake, it's fantastic to have you join us today. It really, really is, and thank you for bearing with us. I know it's been difficult. What I've done is I've decided to come in via my phone, so I'm hoping that this is going to work out better.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm sure it will.
But it's been a while, brother. It's been a while. Well, we speak online quite regularly, but we've had a couple of interviews, haven't we?
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been a while. Now, what I was going to ask you about was obviously we've got all that stuff going on at the moment. Do you still keep up to date with what's going on with Impact Wrestling?
No, I don't. To be completely honest, I absolutely do not.
I guess, is that a time thing?
What's that?
Is that a time thing? Because I mean, I know you're crazy busy at the moment. I mean, you're training.
I've been crazy busy, and I just don't really watch modern day wrestling unless it's like AEW or NXT. To be completely honest, I don't watch Raw, SmackDown, Impact. Yeah, I watch some New Japan Strong here and there, but I don't go out of my way to seek anything out. To be honest.
Okay, so one of the other things I was going to ask you about as well is obviously you've got this real strict training regime going on at the moment. We've seen a lot of that. A lot of the stuff you've been posting online, all your pictures. I mean, are you got a strict diet, or is it just pure, hard work in the gym?
Nah, man, I am actually on a pretty strict diet. I mean, I'll kind of, like, if I'm traveling, I'll kind of, veer off. But for the most part, I try to stick to it. But in the morning, I'll either down 6 egg whites or 30 grams of protein in a shake. And then I'll go to the gym or whatever, and then come back, eat like a bowl of oatmeal or grits or something like that. And then, another protein shake, steak potatoes or chicken potatoes, something that kind of varies with some sort of vegetable, and then another protein shake, and it's right before bed.
Well, it seems to be working, my friend. It seems to be working. You look fantastic.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I have been working pretty hard. I quit doing the 2-a-days about a month ago, but it's still been getting in there about 5 or 6 in the morning.
Wow. Do you know what? I tell you what, I definitely catching the Z's at 6 in the morning. I'm going to say that.
I wish I was.
But you get woken up by your cat, don't you?
Yeah, it's the cat. She'll come in and hit me on my face if it's 4:45, 5 o'clock. Sometimes she'll let me sleep till about 6:30. But no later than that.
Oh, man.
Gotta love my Scotia.
So I know this is the first time that Steve and Joe have actually managed to meet you.
Yes, Steve and Joe. We've been talking since you've been off air.
Fantastic. They're both great guys.
Great lads.
Guys.
Should I say
Big
just
fans.
tremendous lads that you guys are.
Thank you.
They are good lads. They really are. And I really enjoyed putting the team together and starting to do what we're doing at the moment.
You guys got one hell of a team going on, that's for sure. Thank you,
do you know what? I love this guy. I'll tell you this way. I love this guy.
That's me.
He's so good. I love it. So what are you up to? What are you up to today, bro? You going to visit some friends or something?
Yeah. I'm going to go meet them for some lunch. It's been a while. I haven't seen them since high school, so it should be nice.
Oh, man. That's got to be at least, 40 years?
Yeah, it's about 64.
Not too long. So are you just focusing on your wrestling at the moment then, yeah? Training hard.
Yeah. Training, saying my prayers, eating my vitamins, that whole 9 yards.
Definitely. Are you doing any Steiner math? I want to hear your Steiner impression.
My what? My who impression?
The Scott Steiner impression. Everyone's got to have a Scott Steiner impression. I
do not have a Scott Steiner impression.
Oh my God, really? What about Vince McMahon? Can you do that?
No, I don't have a Vince. I don't have a good Vince either.
Right, I bet you can do Sami.
Well, everyone can do Sami Callahan. You just do a little gravel in your voice. Thumbs up, thumbs down, everything. Everyone has to say it.
Oh my God. Do you know what, Jake? Last time Sami came on the TNI-US, he absolutely destroyed Trent on there. And Trent's got, I think Trent's got an amazing impression of Sami, but he was having none of it.
Good for those people. Hell yeah.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you ever so much for joining us today. I know that you've got obviously get off and meet your friends that you haven't seen for 64 years.
Yeah, it's been about 60, about 79 years or so. Forever. It's been forever.
Well, don't forget to take your Zimmer frame.
Oh, I've got one of them if you want one. I needed it for my physiotherapy. I still got it.
Fair enough. I'll tell you what, Jake. Just let us know where we can find you this weekend, because you must be performing this weekend.
Yeah, I'm actually in Terre Haute, Indiana on Saturday, and Sunday I'm doing a seminar up there, and then Friday I'm in Louisville. Friday, I have to look. I might be off on Friday, which would be crazy.
No. That'd be amazing. Well, a
This
day
last
off.
week was
Awesome.
insane.
All right, brother. Take care of yourself.
Yeah. Where can we find you, Jake?
Yeah,
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram at DJ Crist. Hit me up. Smash that thumbs up. Hit this. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been watching all those TikToks and all that from my daughter. Smash the likes. Hit the subscribe. You know the rest.
Just get it done, guys. Make sure you check out Jake on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever he is. He puts like some great stuff.
Like, subscribe button right down here. Click that. click.
Click this. Click the other.
It.
Do it.
Over here. Up there. Thank you, guys. I've enjoyed myself. Much love. I love you guys. Take it easy.
Take care, man.
Take care,
brother. Thank you for joining us. There you go, Jake Crist, everyone. How cool was that?
That was fantastic.
So, and I tell you what, his impression of Sami was pretty damn good.
Right,
I think we better get on with this review, lads.
Yeah, apologies to all the guys expecting a review. Sorry for the technical issues and the delay. It is the pilot of our weekly live sessions now. So I did warn everyone on Twitter. Well, it is our pilot technically.
It certainly is. Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, kind of. But okay, so it's fantastic. So I'm joining you guys now from my mobile phone. Hopefully, I won't have to do that next week. Hopefully, the Wi-Fi gets better. We should be okay, but like I said, I think it's all due to the weather we've got going on here at the moment. So I've decided to stream from my phone. I've noticed that the sky's starting to clear, so I'm just checking my Wi-Fi, and it looks like it's improving. So I might pop back on my laptop in a bit. So let's get going with the with Under Siege, guys. Let's get going with Under Siege. That's what we're here for. Let's talk about Under Siege. So the first match of Under Siege on this past Saturday on the Impact Plus was Brian Myers versus Taurus from Decay, or Black Taurus from Decay, I should say. Now, this was an interesting match because I know that we all sort of kind of like thought that we might see a Taurus win on this one, especially with the sort of kind of like the stuff that's been going on with the tarot cards and all that kind of stuff. But after a proper offensive attack from Taurus at the start, we did then end up with pretty much a really good comeback from Myers, who had ended up hitting Taurus with the roster cut to win. So we end up getting a Myers win on this one over Taurus. You know, what are your thoughts on this one, lads?
Let's Steve start.
Yeah, like to me, the first thing that stood out was it was very interesting. They began with this match. It wouldn't have been the one I would start the pay-per-view with. And coming out of the match, I'm still interested in the feud, but I don't feel as interested as when I went into the match because nothing seems like it's moved on.
No, I kind of agree with that. I find it kind of odd because you've still had this storyline being built. You know, she's putting down the death card, which is as we know, is rebirth card on him, and she keeps showing this card. And then it's sort of kind of we get the match, and then all of a sudden, where we think that this is where Myers is going to get taken away to the back, or there's something going to happen that he's going to, there's something going on. It's sort of kind of almost ended. It's almost like the feud's now done because he's sort of kind of gone in there. He's fought Taurus, he's won the match, and where's left to go with this one? Now, there's one thing I wanted to mention with you guys, and I did during the show. I was talking to Steve, and I did mention to him. Did you notice that he was wearing some slightly different ring attire, and his face on his trousers looked like it had some, not his normal face mask. It looked like there was something going on around his eyes and stuff. Now, but it was all in dark black, and you couldn't really see it. Now, you know, and I was like, is that sort of kind of like foreshadowing, you know, a potential move into the Decay faction? I don't know. I mean, I've thought all along that Brian Myers is going to end up part of Decay for several reasons. One being the fact that I know he's a huge fan of Abyss. And I think being a part of the Decay faction for him would be a really cool thing. I mean, I don't know. What do you think on this? I mean, I've spoken to Steve about it. So what do you think on this, Joe?
Yeah, I thought Myers was going to, well, we all thought Myers was going to lose this match, or something was going to happen and he'd end up going to Decay. So there's still the opportunity and possibility of that happening. The match itself was a good match. I was just really pissed off that once again Decay were made to look a lot weaker than they actually are. It seems all the momentum they built up just drops again, and I hope that it doesn't continue to drop, because we've had that with Violent by Design, that their momentum's dropped right down now, and it's happening to Decay, and it seems to be a really good opportunity, slowly starting to lose its buzz. You know, we've got the Kenny Omega there sapping all the attention as it is. We want the talent on the roster to really start being the headlines again.
Yeah, no, you're right. What about you, Steve? What do you think?
Yeah, there were two things actually that kind of I did take away as well, which was, and this is one thing that was noted after the pay-per-view, was for the first time I can remember, Myers actually won clean, no cheating, no underhanded tactics, which could be the clean sort of, or the new sort of leaf that Rosemary actually was talking about. You know, Myers kind of winning clean.
Yeah.
And then this came out, I think, either yesterday, but Myers and Cardona have started now teaming up on the Indies.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They've got a match coming up. I forget where it is, but I saw it on Cardona's Instagram that he's got a match with Brian Myers somewhere over the next couple of months. And we also know Cardona's got this thing with EC3, so maybe something might be brewing there. But I did notice that this was also Myers' first clean victory as well. Or it's definitely the least dominant clean victory. You know, he took a beating in the match. He didn't just come in, knock someone else clean out and win the match. So it was a hard fought victory. It was just disappointing to see that he lost again. Oh, that Taurus lost again.
Yeah, I think it is disappointing because, you know, I just don't know where it's going to go, because we sort of kind of got the hint that there's something going there with Havoc. There was the hint that there's the possibility of Brian Myers getting involved in Decay as well. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're just sort of kind of teasing us a little bit.
Yeah, poking the bear.
Seeing where we're going to go with it. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that it could be, you know, that I don't know, maybe something is brewing for a little bit later on down the line.
Yeah,
I hope it is.
This is where long-term storytelling comes in. So it's got you wanting more now when it's going to pay off better in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, Steve, can I just say quickly, mate, if you can keep an eye on the chat for me, if anyone's putting anything through there, because I can't actually see it because I'm on my phone, so I can't actually see anything that's being said. All right, so that would be cool. So if there's anything there, let us know. Let us know what you guys think about the whole Decay situation at the moment, because I think, like I said, it seems to be sort of kind of like losing its steam. I think you're right. I think you guys are saying it's losing its momentum, losing its steam a little bit. You know, where do you think it's going? I hope it's going in the right direction, because, you know, I love Decay, and I love the addition of Taurus. I think he's amazing. I love the fact that they're sort of updating their gear as well. I mean, Crazy Steve coming out with kind of like lights and stuff on his new jacket and all that kind of stuff, which I thought was really cool. And their entrance is amazing. So, you know, we can't keep having them lose, otherwise what's the point in bringing them back?
Yeah.
So that's sort of kind of like where I am with that one. So just let us know your thoughts in the chat. I'd love to know them. Is there anything at the moment, Steve?
A couple of comments, but not a huge amount.
No? Okay, no worries. So let's move on further in then. So we've got Susan, Kimberly versus Taylor Wilde and Tennille Dashwood, obviously with Caleb with a K. You know, I mean, this was an interesting matchup, and I actually thought that, I mean, Taylor looked amazing. As always, Kimber looks amazing. Susan was obviously doing, you know, doing her usual sort of kind of doing her usual tactics all the way through this one. But what I do know is I was thoroughly entertained in this match. I really did enjoy it. Obviously, we ended up with Taylor and Tennille winning, getting the win over obviously Susan and Kimberly. It was good again to see, for me, to see Taylor win because I'm a big Taylor fan. So that's good for me. I'm not sure where this sort of kind of Taylor Wilde and Tennille Dashwood you know, kind of pairing up thing is going. I think it's going to lead to eventually Taylor getting a bit pissed off with her and ending up with a one-on-one. But I don't know. What were your thoughts on this match, Joe?
The match was really entertaining, and it was another step up for Tennille Dashwood as well. It was a lot less shenanigans and a lot more in action from her. And Kimberly was fantastic as well. It's good to see Kimberly finally back in her stride as well. So no loss taken from taking the pin again in this match. I think it was her who took the pin. But yeah, the match, it was solid. It was a decent enough match to have this early on in the night. If it was any later, it wouldn't have. It was just gone unnoticed. And the ending bit between Taylor Wilde and Tennille Dashwood with the selfie, that was great. You can see that Taylor Wilde has no interest with teaming with Tennille Dashwood, and it's like when Mickie James met Trish Stratus for the first time, and they did that whole storyline with WWF when she was like, "Oh, I'm your biggest fan. I want to be like you."
Yeah,
it's all building up, I think, to the Iconics coming in at Slammiversary, and Tennille Dashwood's going to have her friends then, and she's going to have those partners she's looking for then, or at least one of them.
Yeah, who knows? We could. I mean, that would be interesting to move down that line. What about you, Steve? What did you think of this one?
Yeah, it was a good match, but being the minority here, I would have probably taken this match off the card and put it on Impact next week. Because
I can see why.
Yeah, because you had like, how can I put it? Like, the match only went for 4.5 minutes, and there was a couple of matches later on that really felt like they struggled for time, and that 4.5 minutes could have really benefited their matches.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. I mean, yeah, we'll get into the match, which I thought was crazy short. Even this match, the finish came out of nowhere. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Definitely, 100%. I know what you're saying. It did seem to just suddenly, oh, here we go. We're now hitting our time. We need to stop. Yeah, definitely. It's interesting because as much as I enjoyed it, I love the storytelling aspect of it. You're right, and I never really, until you mention it now, I never really thought about it. But yeah, you're right. It did seem to sort of kind of like just suddenly end.
Yeah, and Kimber was on the apron watching and was like, "Okay, I'll let you pin her." There was kind of like, it was a bit like, if you took this match off, every other match would have felt like they had the right amount of time. 9 matches on a card is a bit too much, unless you've got a pre-show match.
Well, you say that, but then as far as I think the actual show ran about. Didn't it run about 10 minutes short?
Yeah, it was about 10 minutes short of 3 hours. But I would have taken this match off of the card too, or I would have taken Myers versus Taurus off of the card and put that onto the week afterwards. So then there would have been more time to build everything then, especially for the main event and the match before it.
Yeah, interesting. It's interesting you say. What do you guys think in the chat? Leave us a comment and let us know. We would be interested to obviously hear your thoughts on this one. You know, the trouble is, I find it hard on this one because I am such a Taylor Wilde fan. Like whatever match she does, I'm all over it. So I enjoyed the match, and I want to see her every single
it wasn't
show.
a bad match at all. It was a great match.
So
it's just the logistics behind it.
Yeah, it's just the length
right?
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, definitely. Okay, so moving on from that, we then got the Sami promo, which I thought was really cool. I mean, basically he declares that, you know, he's going to win the 6-way #1 contenders match. He was going to go on to defeat Kenny Omega for the Impact World Championship, and then basically he makes a strong statement that, you know, I am, you know, Don Callis's biggest fear. You know, so. You know, I thought it was a really good promo. To be fair, like, when does Sami not do a good promo?
I don't think he's ever done a bad promo.
I don't think he's capable of a bad promo, to be honest. You know, he's pretty awesome when it comes to promo work. You know, we all know he's great in the ring as well, but I think it's definitely his strength. It's got to be his promo skills. The fact that, you know, his Big Nick stuff is you know, creative brain. I think he's so clever when it comes to this kind of stuff. He totally knows how to do it. He's never out of character, which I love. You know, he still believes it's real, damn it. And I kind of, that is one of the things I love so much about Sami. And there's other wrestlers out there that are similar in that vein as well. But I thought this was a really good promo, definitely. Yeah. What are your thoughts? You know, let us know, guys. Let us know. Anything of note there, Stevie boy?
What, on the Sami promo?
Yeah, anything else? Anyone got anything to say about anything we talked about so far?
Apparently Hakeem said Taylor Wilde had Tennille as a guest on a podcast, so that was a bit more on the storyline there.
Okay.
But
actually,
no, nothing.
I saw that as well.
Yeah, no, I'd say I missed that one, ironically.
Fair enough. Okay, no worries. So let's move on. So we then move in to the #1 contenders match for the tag titles, where obviously Ace Austin. We had Ace Austin, Madman Fulton versus TJP and Petey Williams, which I thought was kind of weird. I didn't understand why TJP didn't want Fowler as his partner, but never mind. Versus Triple XL versus Rohit Shera for those #1 contenders. Again, I thought this was for me, this was a really, really good match. I thought everybody got really good effect, got some, you know, all their offensive moves in. I don't think anybody looked weak in this at all. There wasn't any sort of kind of whipping boys or anything like that. So I thought this was really good and showed off the fact that, you know, although we haven't necessarily got a massive kind of, you know, tag team division at the moment, although we haven't necessarily got bona fide tag teams as such, what we have got is some really good tag team wrestlers. And you know, like you say, Ace Austin, Madman Fulton get the win, and they earn that #1 contenders title match, which is going to be at the Fallout tomorrow on Thursday night show. So looking forward to that. I mean, I think that's going to be an absolute cracker. But what are your thoughts on this match, guys?
It was like you said, it was a solid match, and everyone got a decent showing in it. I was really impressed with Madman Fulton, especially because we've not seen him in the ring that often this year, and he put in some fantastic sets, and you got to see Ace Austin and Madman Fulton as a team back in their stride again, because they were overlooked so much last year thanks to the Good Brothers in the North and Motor City Machine Guns. But, you know, Ace Austin and Madman Fulton getting the win in this, they backed up why they're the AAW tag team champions. You know, they're a legitimate team. They just don't have a fancy name, and they don't need it. It's just they're just so good. And it was really entertaining, this match. I really enjoyed this one.
Yeah, sure. What about you, Steve?
Yeah, like Joe said, to me, Fulton really stood out in that move that he used on Larry to finish it. You know, that was damn impressive, getting a man of Larry's size up for that. But like you said, the tag team division kind of goes up and down, and it doesn't look like we've got many teams. But then they sort of pop out of nowhere. But on this show, we had the Decay, Taurus kind of looked like he get buried again, and then in this match, Triple XL, the only named team, were the team that took the pin.
That's interesting. Yeah, no, you're right. And again, there's lots of people calling for Triple XL to sort of kind of like get a shot. Maybe they should be the ones, as a sort of kind of homegrown Impact tag team, to sort of carry the flag for the tag division. However, when you've got a team like Ace Austin and Madman Fulton, it's kind of difficult because let's face the facts that those two together are gold, right?
Yeah.
When you've got DJP and Petey Williams who have never teamed together, it's hard to think, well, why not let them take the pin?
Yeah, but that was why I found that really odd, because I was kind of like, I just didn't understand. I mean, why Falaba wasn't his partner? I just don't understand that at all. Why would you go and pick Petey Williams? I just don't understand it.
Unless he has got an injury or something that we don't know about, or I don't know. And
he was basically a replacement, kind of like Petey came in to replace him, I suppose, in the match. I don't know, but interesting. Interesting. What are all your guys' thoughts in the chat? You let us know what you think. I'm very interested. I mean, we're always interested to find out your thoughts. Our very, very clever TNI tribe. You guys know just as much as any of us. At the end of the day, this is just our opinion, and we love to hear yours. So we end up obviously with Austin and Fulton winning that. So they've got a match tomorrow night on Impact on the Full Length show. So yeah, looking forward to seeing that. We then move on, and I was actually really looking forward to this match. So I thought this was going to be a badass match, and that was obviously W. Morrissey, and I'm going to call him William Morrissey, versus Willie Max as the battle of the Willies. And do you know what? I thought this was a really, really, really good match. To be fair, I think Morrissey looked really, really strong. But Willie also, he wasn't going to lay down, was he?
Oh no! This Willie Mack just proved that he's a tough son of a bitch, and this reminded me so much of his matches against Brian Cage. Two really, really big guys just battering the shit out of each other, and neither will go down. And Morrissey didn't make Willie look weak at all, and Willie didn't make Morrissey look stronger than he actually is. They balanced each other out so well in this match. It was just brutal, and I loved every second of this match. It didn't get as much credit as it deserved, in my opinion.
What about you, Steve?
Yeah, this match was booked really, really well. Like, it started out because normally Willie's coming out to the music and kind of sort of beat into the rhythm of it, and he just walked out like, "No, I'm coming for you," and that's how it should have been booked. And commentary did fantastic throughout this match, really sort of going into what Morrissey was doing to Willie and sort of giving you that extra little sort of color to the match.
Yeah, getting you to really turn against him rather than feel sorry for him.
Yeah. But yeah, some of the moves that Willie was doing to sort of get back into it, like that spinning heel kick was insane.
You're right, it was, and I couldn't believe he got his leg up so high. He actually did hit him in the face, didn't he?
Yeah, he hit him right below the chin, and that's amazing. It's just an awesome match. I've loved it.
I did have to laugh when Willie jumped off the top rope, and then Morrissey caught him, and then Strike goes, and you can't teach that.
Yeah.
You can't teach that. No, I think it was. I thought it was a really good match, and I think Morrissey is proving that he is definitely a force to be reckoned with moving forward. The only thing was, obviously, after Morrissey defeats Willie, he then continues to beat down on a helpless Willie Mack, and then of course we get the run in the re-debut of Rich Swann, and it's he comes in and basically. See, this again. This is something that I found a bit odd as well, because obviously he's a few weeks back. He's the main man. He's carrying the Impact World Title, and he's the ultimate underdog, and then he ends up losing the title. We then don't see him for a few weeks. Whether I think he was nursing an injury apparently, but then effectively by him running in at this point to sort of kind of like say Willie is almost so he's and he's giving obviously William Morrissey basically giving him a calling him out kind of thing.
Yeah,
you're instantly throwing him into another storyline which is completely like nothing to do with everything that's happened previously. What's happened to Rich Swann's potential rematch, for instance?
Now, Rich Swann doesn't get a rematch against Kenny Omega for the title. That was a stipulation that was added into the contract when it was set up. That whoever, if Rich Swann was to win the AEW World Championship, Kenny Omega wouldn't get a rematch. So Rich Swann getting a rematch against Kenny Omega, he'd have to go from top upwards or bottom upwards again. The whole thing with Willie Mack throughout the match, Matt Striker was mentioning Rich Swann and Willie Mack being the only one there to actually have his back, even after when he lost the title to Kenny Omega. That had me thinking, is Rich Swann actually going to be making an appearance or not? So when he ran out to the ring, it just made perfect sense to see Rich Swann come down. The injury he's had, it was mostly it was nursing his collarbone rather than any of his injuries to his legs. Because in the past, he's had neck injury in the past, which is why he missed that 4AX division match between Johnny Impact, Taji Ishimori, and Pete Williams had to replace him in that match. He injured himself at MLW. He injured his collarbone, and when Kenny Omega dropped him on the apron, he basically hurt his neck again. So he was taken out then.
Okay. Well, at least, one thing's for sure. Willie was definitely taking an absolute beating there at the end. Morrissey was relentless, absolutely relentless. So,
he's not had a lot of luck, has he? Because he took pretty much the exact same beating when he was going up against Moose.
That's true. Oh. That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. I think it's going to be interesting to see where this sort of kind of like moves forward. I think we might get some backstage stuff or maybe some promos from Morrissey and Willie and Rich now, maybe tomorrow night, because we can't see where that's going, because otherwise, what was the point of bringing him in? So there's obviously something brewing there. So it'd be interesting to see where that goes. Again, guys, let us know your thoughts on this one. So moving forward, we then get the Jordan Grace, Rachel Ellering knockouts tag team match against Fire and Flavor. Again, obviously Grace and Ellering being the champs, beating Fire and Flavor at last pay-per-view. So, it's interesting to see. I think it was kind of like, I don't think anyone was expecting Fire and Flavor to win this one, because it's kind of like, well, why would you have the guys just win it there and then to then literally lose their first defense?
Yeah.
So it's interesting the thoughts on this one. So, so Fire and Flavor, are now 2-time Knockouts Tag Team Champions. Again, I thought it was a good match. It was solid. I think there was some really good stuff on there. What about your thoughts, Steve?
Yeah, well, there was a couple of things that I felt like I had a feeling that Fire and Flavor might win this one, because when Jordan and Ellering didn't come out wearing matching gear, I was like, hang on a minute. So there was a slight part of me that felt we could have a change. Although this is one of the matches that I felt ran a little short, because when Tasha hit that move off the top, I half expected Jordan to kick out, and she didn't. But yeah, speaking of the change, this was likely taped, I think, before Jordan re-signed, so there could have been a slight, we're not sure if she's going to re-sign. Yeah, to be fair, you're right. That could have been the case. So it was, let's just drop the title.
We could always. There's no reason why we can't just renew the feud straight after, because I'm sure that this is probably not going to be the last we've seen of this feud now moving forward on this one. But again, who would be the tag team coming forward now to sort of kind of challenge them, other than possibly creating a feud between these guys now? I think we'll be seeing a bit more from these guys moving forward, or like you say, maybe Ellering and Grace split up and we start to get maybe a feud between those two because Ellering's pissed off at Grace because she took the pin. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see exactly where this one goes. But as far as I was concerned, I thought it was a pretty good match, and I thought Fire and Favor looked so strong. I'm actually really pleased that they ended up winning the title, because I just think it looks so good on them.
Yeah, I have to. We've pretty much said all I have to say. It's definitely going to build up to a rematch against All Odds, and I think it's going to be a feud carrying on to Slammiversary, but before we see any more new knockouts going for the titles afterwards. So, but the fact that Jordynne Grace got dominated so much in this match, it also makes Against All Odds stack up even more as a literal thing rather than just a metaphorical thing. She was the weakest link in the team. All the odds were against her then. Now she took the pin in the match. All the odds were against her then. So Rachel Ellering's got to try and really, really ground Jordynne Grace and get her mindset sorted so they can go back and get the belts.
You could be right.
So I think because it was taped before Jordynne Grace had renewed a contract, like Steve had said, they weren't 100% sure what they were going to do, so they played it safe and had the titles change. But they can easily make it play into their hands, just with the next team, the next event, and then going up to Slammiversary. Fire and Favor have been lifting everyone, since Rachel Ellering won the titles in the first place for their team. So Jordynne Grace's attention was always distracted. So and the match was awesome. Tasha Steelz was especially really impressive in this match, and it was just a great, entertaining match. I think it was lengthwise. I thought it was as long as it needed to be. If it had gone on too long, then it wouldn't have been bad, but it didn't need to go on as much longer as it did. It was good and solid. It was nice and fast paced. So it was really what you'd expect to see from these teams.
I think you're right there with regards to Tasha Steelz. I'm excited for her to eventually get a singles run. I really am, because I think she is an incredible talent, and she's just getting better and better as the sort of kind of months and the weeks and the months and go on. I'm extremely excited to see where she's going to go. I'm just going to set you guys up for the next match, which is an X Division Championship match. Let you get going, and then I think I'm going to have to disappear and try and come back in again because my phone's light. So I'm going to try coming in on the computer again. But yeah, no, I mean, I think the joys of going live, guys. But anyway. So we then had the Josh Alexander versus El Phantasmo X Division match. All I have to say on this one was just awesome. Like, this match was awesome. I'm going to let you go with this one first, Steve, because I know that you really enjoyed this match. So I'm going to let you go with this one first, buddy, and I'll be back in a second.
Yeah. Well, I was actually really surprised with this, because I sort of assumed we'd have Josh kind of going with most of the mat wrestling side of it, and then ELP kind of taking a balance of high flying and mat wrestling. But it was more mat wrestling than I thought it would be. We didn't see much high flying in this match, did we?
No, we didn't. And it just shows that El Phantasmo, he's not a lucha libre star. He's a Japanese wrestler, or Japanese style wrestler. His offensive moves are absolutely amazing. That qualifying match that they had the week before, that's one of the match of the year candidates as it is. This match was match of the night for me. Josh Alexander, he's been superstar of the year for me. Five weeks in a row now. He's just taking everything out of to a new level. It's been amazing.
I mean, I know I've heard a few people say that they're not really a fan of ELP coming in and playing to the audience and that. I mean, I personally quite like it because he's one of those characters you look at and you think he doesn't look all there. So you get the feeling he's one of those people who probably sees the audience and probably hears the audience in his head.
He's breaking down the fourth wall. You know, You know that's something that performers usually frown upon, whether it's wrestling, whether it's acting. You break down the fourth wall, and everyone poo-poos it. I love it.
If someone like Josh Alexander did it, who's quite a serious character, it probably wouldn't work. But for someone like him, who kind of looks like he's a bit like over the top, sort of, but like crazy, it kind of works.
Yeah, it works for him, and it works for guys like Pentagon. And you know, people who feed off the crowd, whether they're there or not, it works a lot better. And but Josh Alexander, I could have watched this match all night long, and I'm probably going to end up watching it again soon because I had to stop the whole event after this match, wait for about half an hour just to take all that match in. It was just so my adrenaline was pumping so much from watching this match, guys. It was. And I want to know what your thoughts are. This match of the year for me. Phantasma was awesome, and Josh Alexander and El Phantasma have agreed to fight again. So
we might challenge him to go to Japan, hasn't he?
Yeah, we might be seeing a match in Japan. We might be seeing a match coming soon. It would be awesome.
It would be awesome, yeah, definitely. I think it would be amazing. It would be amazing, definitely. Am I coming across okay now, guys? Because my Wi-Fi is rocketed right up. The sky is cleared here. I've got a lovely blue sky, so I'm hoping that I'm coming across okay.
Audio and video is all good now.
Run in here and jump in on this whole situation. I'm watching from backstage. I'm watching Bison, the connectivity issues. Insulting poor Crist over here when he's trying to connect, and every time Bison comes in, there's a connection problem with Crist. Bison, I don't mean to point fingers, but I just couldn't stand back here and just watch this keep happening. So Bison, I'm going to point the finger at you, my friend.
I think you're right. I think you're right, Trent. I think you're right, but to be fair, we've been, like I said, all of a sudden my Wi-Fi is rocketed up, and I think it's got something to do with the sky clearing. I got a beautiful blue sky. I'm looking out the window now, beautiful blue sky. See the birds flying. The birds are flying high.
You look good, Bison. I see the HD. Joe, Steve, I think I can see the HD in Bison now. I can see the every fiber of that big Bison beard is showing really nice. So
it's getting long. It's getting long, isn't it?
Very nice. No, you're looking good, Bison. Gentlemen, I don't mean to run in. I just wanted to come in and take a shot at Bison. Because as you guys know, I take shots at J-Bone, and if I don't have J-Bone, it's gonna be Bison because you two are too nice to take shots. I feel Bison has a thicker skin. I can insult Bison here for a minute on his own show.
You haven't got Kyle taking shots at you, so you got to make up for it some way.
Let's get this perfectly clear. Kyle doesn't exist anymore in TNI world. He's done. He hasn't been around for nearly a year. He's gone. I don't know who he is, what happened to him. He just left. He disappeared off the face of the earth. Kyle doesn't exist. Yeah, as far as I know, I don't know who Kyle is anymore. I don't know. But that's why I've shifted my focus to J-Bone, but for J-Bone's not around. Bison, I'm sorry, it's going to be you. But I just wanted
you crack on.
I just want to tell you guys, great stuff with Crist. Little connectivity issues in the beginning. However, Bison, while you were gone, Joe and Steve did a phenomenal job keeping him engaged. So I don't know if there's a weak link here, Bison, but we might have to just let this be a dual show with these two at this point because they did a great job. Asked him about his independent dates, his independent opponents, and Bison's too busy asking about his diet and protein shakes. Bison, you and I are gonna have a talk, my friend. I'm just saying right now. I don't know.
I guess. The trouble is, I was struggling so much because I couldn't hear what was being said. So I just sort of I was trying my best to try and engage.
No, it was very nice surprise. It was a really good. I hope everyone in the chat enjoyed that too. It's a very nice surprise. I don't mean to cut in too much. Yeah. I'll let you guys get on the Under Siege review. I don't mean to cut in too much. I just, I'm backstage when these guys are live, guys, and they're going to be doing it on their own pretty soon as well. So this is just as Joe, you mentioned, I think you just said this is the trial run of the weekly live, correct?
Yeah, so, this is the trial. We've had 6 live sessions in total already.
Yeah,
7 if you include that one we did all together over Christmas.
That's right. Yeah, there was a Christmas one too.
And so this is like the pilot. So hopefully things will get a bit smoother as time goes on. So I thank everyone who's watching for bearing with us.
I am leaving. I am going to put this in your hands next week, and I swear to God, Bison, if you fuck this up, man, I don't. I am coming for you. I will get on a plane. I will bypass any COVID laws that are stopping me from traveling right now, just to come in and just put my finger in your face and say you killed TNI. If you screw this up next week, I'm just gonna blame you.
Oh, Jake Crist can baptize him with the
definitely won't. I won't. I promise. I promise I won't fuck it up. I promise. No, I like I said, it was definitely connectivity issues there, and we seem to be back on it now.
You look good.
So I'm happy.
Now, you know, I must say, Steve always looks fantastic. His HD feed, his microphone's always perfectly tuned. Steve, you know, you're looking pretty good there. I got to give it to you. Looking beard's trimmed, you know, very nice.
I think Steve should be the most professional, not Simply Steve.
He is Simply Steve,
Maybe.
the most professional podcast.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
That's very nice.
And he's sporting that fantastic
I know.
T-shirt
He came prepared, guys. He came prepared. Very nice. All right, I'll let you guys get. Yeah, you're branding, Joe. I gotta say, my friend, Batman is not paying our bills. Okay, I'm just.
I know. all my wrestling shirts and that are in the closet somewhere. They're boxed off at the moment, trying to get everything sorted out. So, but if I can dig one out, I'll dig one out.
Deal. Sounds good. No, keep going, guys. Great stuff. I just wanted to pop in, and I just wanted to, you know, virtually wring Bison's neck for a minute. That's all.
Fair play.
Okay. Good job, boys. Continue on with Under Siege. It was a hell of a show. I'll let you guys break it down. Everybody in the chat, don't forget, real quick, pick up a TNI-UK t-shirt. Support these guys on their Twitters. All their Twitters are here too, and hit the like button right now on this video on YouTube. If you ended that sentence, you could have already hit the like button right now. So go hit the like button, show the support, TNI-UK, share their links around, and they're going to continue on the review. Gentlemen, I'll talk to you after the show.
Okay,
Continue.
thank you.
See you guys.
Cheers.
Thanks, Trent. There you go. Well, I tell you what, this show is getting all of the run-ins, isn't it? Getting all the run-ins today. You know, with the boss has been in. He's giving me an absolute, you know, telling off, and I get it. You know what I mean? I sucked. I came in, and you know my internet sucked. I was sucking. You know, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I've let the tribe. I was letting the tribe down early on, but hopefully, fingers crossed, from this moment, we're going to be okay. So, so it's all good. So let's face the facts. At the end of the day, that match was for me one of the best on the card tonight. I would say, in fact, I'm going to go. It was the best match of the night for me.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it. I think Josh Alexander is so good, and I think the sky is the limit for that guy. And I really do. And you know, we got to show our support for our homegrown guys. You know what I mean? The guys that we're building up. These are the guys that we want to see absolutely smashing it. I've never seen Josh Alexander have a bad singles match ever. So I'm just absolutely, you know, focused on seeing where Josh can go. I think it was a great win for him over, you know, a top international talent, which is fantastic. So, you know, looking forward to see what is in store for Josh now moving forward. But once that match was over, we then get the Eddie and the Finjuice promo, didn't we? Where basically they were just sort of kind of like, you know, doing their thing. Eddie Edwards, Impact World, you know, tag champions. They're ready for Kenny and the Good Brothers and that kind of stuff. I thought it was, you know, I thought it was a really good promo, actually. Really, really good. So, and Eddie finished it off really well. But sometimes I find Eddie to be a little bit choppy in his promos, but I thought this promo was really solid, and they really sort of worked off each other really well. So I enjoyed that. Then moving on, we had the Deonna Purrazzo, so the Knockouts Championship match with Deonna Purrazzo, Kimberly, obviously with Susan versus Havoc for that Knockouts Championship. You know, this I thought was a pretty intense match. I mean, Havoc clearly came. She clearly meant business, didn't she?
Yeah, I was. This match was a bit of a letdown for me. if I'm honest. It would have been a lot better if Deonna Purrazzo had come out alone, but obviously that wasn't going to happen. I thought that was one of the biggest letdowns to me. But in ring wise, they were pretty back and forth for a majority of the match, which is good. And Havoc really did push Deonna Purrazzo's tactics out the window for a while, and it did take a bit of shenanigans for Deonna Purrazzo to get the advantage. But again, I saw it from start to finish. Deonna Purrazzo is going to win this. It's blatantly obvious, but she has got a match with El Pachi coming up for the AAA Renault AS Championship. So obviously she's not going to be losing now because it's title for title. However, I see.
Yeah, I agree.
Deonna Purrazzo is going to be like the next Taya Valkyrie or the next Tessa Blanchard. She's going to be the belt collector for Impact Wrestling's knockouts division, which is going to be awesome. And I've got nothing against her as a wrestler or her in-ring ability. It's just frustrating to see that she couldn't do this on her own, especially after she left Kimberly and Susan out to dry. I'm hoping at some point we see something break down between them, just to see Deonna Purrazzo really have to go it alone, because Havoc, in my opinion, really did deserve the victory in this match. So I was really gutted for Havoc as well.
Yeah. What about you, Steve? What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to agree with Joe. To me, this match was not as good as I expected it to be, and it was one that really suffered from a bit of time as well. For me, Havoc never got into that monster that we know her for. She was throughout the match, she was a bit like in the, I don't know, the facial expressions were like that tearful Havoc we saw when she was in the Nevaeh feud.
Yeah, she's still distracted, basically.
Yeah, and that's not what you want when you're going up against Deonna. No, you need to bring out that monster Havoc.
Yeah.
So yeah, I never felt like Havoc was going to win this. I'll say that. So hopefully, if she does go into the Decay, which is where I think we're all hoping, hopefully they'll be able to bring that out of her, that monster.
Yeah,
you might be right there. I mean,
yeah. Sorry,
you're right. I think so too, and I think that clearly Rosemary is trying to get Havoc to come back. I mean, she keeps calling Wastelander and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, there's loads of stuff going on from her perspective. So I'm very, very interested.
Yeah, it could go. It could go
Is
a
that
couple
me?
of ways, couldn't it?
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah.
Just jump back on your phone and we'll have to go ahead with Eddie Edwards' match.
Bison, I just got through telling you about this. I just got through telling you about this connection issue. And here we go again. Joe, Steve, what are we going to do with this guy? I don't know. What else can we do with this guy? Do I have to develop a British accent and just fill in for him from now on? Is that what's going to happen?
Bison don't speak British.
I'm like, right, that Eddie Edwards, he's a great bloke, I mean, I like his match, and he's quite the leader for Impact Wrestling, the locker room leader. I can do it. I can pull it off, huh?
Boys? Doing a hell of a lot better than I can.
I think you're going to have to.
I might have to, Bison. Get back on your phone. Get back on your phone. Let these two keep going. You're killing me, Bison.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, should I say this? Oh, you're taking the piss, Bison. You're taking the piss, bro. I can't wrap my head around it. You're bloody killing me here, Bison. Yeah, so I can do this, Bison. I can jump right in for you at this point.
Well, maybe you should, brother. Maybe you should.
No, this is your show. I wanted to jump. I just wanted to give you shit. The connection's okay now. I just wanted to give you a little shit. That's all. But your connection seems like it's coming back a little bit now. That's all. I think you're okay.
Good.
I think you're okay.
The reliability of the Great British Weather, guys. So I'm pretty sure any of you in the UK will know that the British weather is notorious for fuck ups, to put it bluntly. So apologies for strong language, but there's no other polite way to put it.
No, you're fine. Listen, anytime he goes choppy, guys, just start talking. That's the best solution I can give you. Just start talking about anything.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna jump onto the next match. So
yeah. We've basically, guys, just so you know, we've basically turned this into like a normal. I mean, I know you guys are very proper, very proud. The British team, the UK team is very proper. They do a very proper show, topical. But I've basically come in here and turned this into a Thursday night TNI. Just crazy. I mean, next to sound bites. That's. I mean, it's going to be wild, off topic. But we're jazzing it up a little bit. That's all we're doing.
Yeah, I know. I just don't want it to seem unprofessional. I like to make a good impression. I don't want to seem,
of course,
but then I'm not a professional type of person. If you guys get to know me in real life, or if you just jump on my Facebook wall and just check out some of the shit I put on there. I'm professional. I'm professional.
We're just having a good time. We're just having a good time. Bison is, he says it's driving him up the wall. This connection issue, but we will wait for him to come back on. But once he comes back, where'd you guys leave off? What match are you on?
We just finished stuff with Deanna Prazo and Jessica Havoc. So what were your thoughts on that match?
Oh man, see, I didn't get to do the Under Siege review because I had a personal obligation. So Jay, Mark, and Alicia did. And I gotta say, J Bone, I know you're in the chat, and J Bone struggled without me. He needs me. He needs that tag team partner in me, like anybody needs. Anybody. You need a tag team partner. And J Bone was dying without me out there. But I didn't get to say anything about it. I liked it, and I think like you said, Joe, Deanna Purrazzo is going to be like, she is the new belt collector, man. Like that's where she's going. She's the tops. So Bison's coming back in. Hopefully, here we go. Bison, are you back? Are you back now? You're nodding? Are you okay? Can you hear us?
I think he's driving me up the wall.
Okay, I listen. Up the wall or not, I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna let you take over back here, and I'm gonna let you finish this out. So because we only, we can't go too much longer. It's an hour and a half, Bison. Yeah, I mean, how long are you planning on keeping these people?
I know. I know. Okay, all right. Let's keep going. Keep
going, gentlemen.
So
I'm gonna pop out. Go, take it over. Here we go. Tagging out,
all right,
Bison.
buddy. Thank you.
There we go.
Bye. Right. Okay. So I'm back in. I don't know what the hell is going on, guys. All I can say is the weather is totally killing me today. As I said, it's disgusting outside, and I wish it would just go away. Now, so we were just talking about the knockouts match, and I think you're right, Joe. Yeah, I think we need to start seeing Deanna do her own thing without having backup all the time. And again, I think Havoc, we need to see Rosemary bringing out the monster again. I think that's possibly where we could be heading with this as well. So I would like to see that, definitely. So let's move on. We are running out of time, as Trent said. So if we move on, we've got the obviously the next match is the Impact and AEW World Champion Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Eddie Edwards and the Impact World Tag Champions Finn Juice. Again, I thought this was a pretty solid match. And for me, it was great to see Eddie Edwards and Finn Juice take the win over Kenny and the Good Brothers. I thought that was great. But again, you're not going to see Kenny pinned. But I think this was potentially going to lead to an Eddie Edwards versus Kenny match. Maybe with the situation we've got going at the moment, that's not going to happen. But let's hope that it could happen later on down the line, because that's going to be a cracker.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this match, Steve?
Yeah, you say you're not going to see Omega pin, but credit to him, he took a pretty big beating in this match, more than I thought he would. So, that definitely added to the match. And Eddie pinning Anderson, you think, well, okay, what does that do? But it does add to the story, the fact that the Good Brothers are getting pinned and they still can't get it done in the ring. So that does add to the story that, they're kind of, still not doing anything for the club, really. They're getting pinned in the matches and that. It does work for everything, I feel, and it's a shame that obviously we've had this news come out about Eddie, because I do feel like he was being pushed towards Omega.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was definitely the key. I mean, if you could imagine, those two going at it, I think it would be pretty awesome. And I would like to see that match at some point in the future. So, Eddie, get well soon, brother. We want to see you against Kenny.
I've been calling
that would be cool.
ages.
Eddie versus Kenny would definitely be the way to go. Would be really good. But I think,
everyone looked great in this match, though.
Yeah, everyone. This match was fantastic. It was great to see Finjuice really put out a lot of innovative offense as they always do, and nobody looked bad in this match, which is good. It was like the complete opposite to Omega versus Rich Swann. It wasn't one-sided. It wasn't. It didn't drop off in any point in thinking that, oh, this is repetitive. And I suppose having 6 men in the ring obviously did help a bit. But Kenny Omega, even when he hit his signature moves repetitively, it wasn't as overdrawn as it was when he faced Rich Swann. It was sort of like, I don't know. I've never found Kenny Omega boring, but I do find it repetitive. But this time it was more entertaining to just see it again and again, rather than just see it again and again and again, like it was with Rich Swann. And I don't know if it's because I was just waiting for someone to kick the shit out of him, and because the match was just that good, or maybe I was just in a better mood that night, or I don't know. But it was just the match itself. It had that vibe that was missing from Rich Swann versus Omega, and
it probably helps as well because there were more people in there to break up what Omega was doing, and
commentary were really on the ball as well. So everyone did a fantastic job covering this match. And like Bison said, Omega might not have gotten the pin, but I'm glad Eddie Edwards got the victory. And I was rooting for Omega versus Eddie Edwards for ages. As viewers will know if they've watched the past few episodes, I've been calling for the Boston E Party versus the V-Trigger. And Eddie Edwards was rumored to originally be the original contender to go against Kenny Omega before Moose, but the news about the appendicitis and that had come through. So, and all this is obviously taped before the news was broke out for everyone here. So everyone when it was taped knew about it. So they obviously change of plans in the weeks building up to it. But and then of course Eddie Edwards could have just got a match for it. But while Moose was waiting to get it, and the match for Moose and Omega would have moved to Slammiversary regardless. It could have been Eddie Edwards and Omega Under Siege. Or not Under Siege, against all odds. If we're talking about Under Siege, I was looking at the comment down there. It says which one we're doing. But the match itself was awesome. And that's all that really matters. It really was just a great match. And Finjuice, I hope we see them a lot more. Although I think
even if they lose the titles, to Fulton and Ace, who are the challenging, it'd be interesting to see what happens next if they lose the titles and then they go back to Japan, or if they lose the titles and they stick around. That would be very interesting. Yeah. It's interesting because I was thinking, who do they remind me of? And I might be going way off base, or you might think, hang on, you're onto something, but they kind of give me a Lethal Consequences sort of feel, Jay Lethal and Consequences Creed, the sort of checkered ring gear and the kind of party kind of theme and the sort of high flying octane sort of like high charisma. It's sort of, they kind of give me that kind of vibe.
Yeah, okay. We've lost the Bison, so it's myself and Steve who are going to be rounding it up. Trent, if you want to jump in, by all means, please do. So we can. We've only got one match left to cover, and that obviously is the main event. So, we'll head straight on to that. The main event was obviously the 6-man scramble between Matt Cardona, Chris Sabin, Chris Bay, Moose, Sami Callihan, and Trey Miguel, and I know you and Bison talked about it before we went online, that this match should have been a couple of minutes longer than it actually was. And I do agree. I felt in some parts it was shorter than I'd hoped. But when the Good Brothers took Sami Callihan out of the match, that obviously made a bit more sense why the match was shorter. But the match was awesome. There was a great showing from everybody here too. Especially Matt Cardona was incredible in this match, and so was Moose. And so everyone had their spot. And Sami Callihan, that suplex onto Chris Bay was just incredible. Chris Bay, he's literally just come back from injury and he's taking bumps like that already. And Sami Callihan's just decimating anyone he can whenever, which is what Sami does. So kudos to Chris Bay. You know, he's just come back from injury, and he's taken this, and it was just so good. And it's a match that's so good. I'm actually lost for words. So I'll let you carry on, Steve, and I'll let you wrap this up.
Yeah. Well, I think that when the Good Brothers came in and took Sami out, you felt the ending was coming, and the ending for me was absolutely fine. You know, I felt the ending didn't feel rushed. It just felt like it needed a few more minutes within the middle of the match.
Yeah, exactly.
And I don't think the match it took a little while to get going. You know, you had like two men in the middle of the ring, then you had one person go out of the ring, then another person in the ring. It wasn't until they went to the outside of the ring that then you had three men in the ring at once, and then it felt like a multi-man match. It just took a little while for the match to really get going, and by the time it got going, it was then over. So that was the trouble with it, I felt.
Yeah, that seems to be a recurring pattern in these matches as well, which is something I find a bit it's a bit frustrating in a way, because it sort of takes the whole point out of them being such big matches. You'd expect it to start with them all going at it, and then by the end of the matches, there's one or two people left in the ring.
Yeah. But, although I will say, I missed the part where they announced it was no DQ.
I think that if there was disqualification in this match, then it just wouldn't have made sense. So
right.
It's good that it didn't even need to be mentioned, because let's be honest, were you expecting Sami Callihan not to bring out a weapon and not to use it? And you know, Moose, you know, someone was going to bring out a weapon at some point, and if they would have got disqualified, then someone would have got their asses kicked. So I think it's just like, you all want the shot, you will go take it however you need to, and everyone delivered in this match. So anyone who's critic of what guys like Matt Cardona and Chris Bay can do, take a look at this match. You know, Chris Sabin was he's not lost a beat. So
he hasn't. No,
he's absolutely incredible. And
it does set something interesting up if Moose wins the title for Sabin.
Yeah, it does. I think maybe we could get one last dance between Moose and Sabin, which would be interesting to see.
And even Storm, if he is back.
No, I think James Storm has now gone.
Oh, he has he?
Yeah, I know his thing's been taken off of the website and that, but he was only there for the short term. It's like when James Storm comes in, it's only for like a couple of months. It's like when Peter Wheeling comes in, it's just there for a couple of months to help put people over and then to move on. So we might see Storm back at Bound for Glory. We might see Storm back next year.
That's a shame.
It's a shame, because James Storm was really starting to get into his zone again as time went on. Now, not that he's ever lost a beat, but you know, his charisma and all the way he was really putting Chris Sabin over as well, especially. And which is one I'm really hoping we see Alex Shelley come back soon, because that would be really good to see. That would really help Chris Sabin as well. Although Chris Sabin's charisma is a lot better than I expected it to be, because I've really not seen a lot of him up until the Motor City Machine Guns had come back. So.
Yeah, I do feel like we've got a very interesting thing going ahead with Sami now, though, because like we were talking about Callis earlier, about how he could maybe leave Impact or not leave Impact, but maybe be written off. Yeah, and it's about near enough 3 years ago, just over 3 years ago to the day, that Callihan pretty much brutally destroyed Callis on WrestleCon, wasn't it? And he could have something similar coming to him now. Again.
Yeah, and there's also people are also saying that could this lead to John Moxley coming in? You know, I could see it happening. You know, because now that the whole heat around Omega getting Omega screwing Moxley over, thanks to Don Callis helping to get the win, that's all died down a bit now. So Sami Callihan being taken up by the Good Brothers, he could go to AEW and get John Moxley on board, and probably Eddie Kingston, they come to Impact Wrestling to take on the Good Brothers and Kenny Omega, especially now that things are going in the wrong direction for Eddie Edwards. If he gets to go to surgery during this next set of tapings, then the opportunity there to bring them in for Slammiversary would be awesome. Sami and Moxley have had a history as a tag team way before the time at WWE, or way before. So they've got a long history together, both coming from Ohio. This is all fantasy booking now, obviously, guys. So, but let us know what you think. And all we can really say about the main event is it's setting up the Fallout show to be something really, really worth looking forward to. And I think we should probably start wrapping it up there. We are now just coming under 2 hours. So, apologies for the technical delays and stuff. And Steve, I'll let you wrap things up for us.
Okay, well, you can find me over on at SimplySteve311 on Twitter. And then you can read any articles that you may wish to read about Impact over at WrestleBuddy.com. And then, Joe, where can we find you?
You can find me at Joe-Ker Empty Space. You can also, if you go on to WrestleBuddy.com, you'll see my first article up there. The 7 potential returns we'll be getting for Slammiversary 2021. So hopefully someone there catches your eye, apart from the obvious 1 or 2 that you might see. And of course, you can find the Bison on Twitter at LordBison45. So just remember to follow him too. Thanks for watching. Smash the bell, guys, or give it a tickle, as the Bison says. Subscribe. Keep in touch with all the guys at Nonstop Impact on Twitch, on YouTube,
Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Stitcher, Google, SoundCloud, Spotify.
Yes, you can catch us on all major podcast outlets. Google, SoundCloud, as Steve said, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, and follow them on Twitter at We Talk Impact. And I guess that's probably it. Again, apologies for all the early day glitches, guys, but it is a new era, and new eras never go off as smoothly as possible. So it's goodbye from me, and it's
goodbye from him.
Take care. We'll be wrapping up now.